with small finger foods where you just have people over and enjoy quality moments with them. Even now in the new normal, it's all about entertaining within your family and friend circle, yet enjoying a little bit that Diwali has to offer. One such appetizer that's always a hit is the Murgh Malai Tikka. While it's always created with an overload and most people do not really attempt to create it because of it being cooked in a tandoor or it needs to be actually rich. However, here's one easy to create Murgh Malai Tikka that gets done in 15 minutes flat, and all you need to do is roast it into a preheated oven and you're good to go. I often enjoy pairing this with a salad on the side just to encase the entire experience overall. To start off, I'm going to preheat my oven to 220 degrees Celsius for just about 15 minutes, and in that meantime we are going to get to creating the most gorgeous of marination, easy yet simply decadent to create. So in a bowl out here I've got about a kg of leg boneless of chicken, and I've just cut it into about 1.5 inch to 2 inch cubes because I want it to be finger foods. To this, I'm going to add an inch of ginger that I've got finely minced because I want the bite size to come into it. 8 cloves of garlic going right in as well. Now here is what actually elevates your entire Murgh Malai Tikka, and that's cardamom powder. So I'm just going to put a sprinkling of it. So I've taken roughly 4 cardamoms and actually roasted it. From there I've pounded it and that goes in. To this, we are going to add ginger garlic paste because you want the ginger garlic flavor to get into every crevice, and the chop gives you the bite, it doesn't give you the overall taste. So that goes in as well, about a teaspoon of ginger garlic paste. And about 2.5 to 3 whole green chilies finely sliced going in. We're just going to marinate this with some salt. So season it with some salt. And some black pepper just to give you that extra zing of heat. And we're just going to get to mixing it all. We're just going to let all this mix together, and this is one of the most easiest to create tikkas. So allow all this to mix and accentuate each other, the marination seeping right in. And now's the trick to give you that perfect creamiest of textures. So here I've got some cream cheese. So I've taken about 100 grams of cream cheese and I'm just going to put it in and allow it to actually give you that trick which gives you the perfect Murgh Malai Tikka. So this is my modern Indian take on creating a perfect Murgh Malai Tikka. While I'm using a spatula out here, you can go right ahead with your hand, feel it and allow it to go right into its crevices. In goes about 10 ml of apple cider vinegar just to give you that fruity zing that's required in elevating this dish. So you allow everything to mix and you just need to marinate this for 15 minutes, not too much, because the flavor that the garlic, the ginger, the green chilies, the hint that the cardamom brings pairs beautifully with the cream cheese, marrying into each other and creating one of those most succulent and moist of tikkas. While I've allowed this to sit for about 15 minutes, in this goes into a baking tray which has been greased with some oil so that it doesn't stick to the bottom, and we're just going to bake it into a preheated oven at the highest possible temperature. So I'm going to bake it at 220 degrees Celsius for about 12 to 15 minutes just so that it gets that beautiful char on top. This goes bang into a preheated oven at 220 degrees Celsius for about 15 minutes so that it gets that perfect char on top. If you want your tikkas to be crunchy, just let it sit in for another 2 to 3 minutes. While a chicken tikka or a cream cheese and green chili chicken tikka like the one that is baking in my oven is sheer opulence and decadent, it pairs really well with some salad and a flatbread on the side. You can either enjoy it as an appetizer or go right ahead and have it like a main course wrap in itself. Very in tune with the festivities that are about to begin. To create this salad I've actually allowed a Greek salad to marry into our Indian culture. So what I've done here is, I've got about 15 to 20 ml of some sharp, beautiful and tart paste of tamarind. That goes right into a large bowl because I'm going to create one of those most Indian of nature, sharp and citric dressings. You want some spice out here, and the spice comes with a teaspoon of some smoked red paprika powder. You can use hot paprika as well, but I prefer the smoky texture that it gets. And we're just going to emulsify this with some extra virgin olive oil. So about 50 ml of extra virgin olive oil is going to create one of those most beautiful of Indian style gorgeous dressings. So we're just going to emulsify this and toss everything, creating quite a unique Indian salad which is Greek in nature yet pairing in with the essence of India. A slight dash of some sea salt just to sharpen tamarind, and I think tamarind and sea salt is the perfect indulgence for anyone. So go right ahead and mix this two together. And now it's time to just add in vegetables that you either have with you or you just go right and get as experimental as you can. So here, firstly, I'm going to put some haricot beans. So about 50 grams of haricot beans going in. About 50 grams of these gorgeous florets of broccoli going in. 50 grams of cucumber diced going in. 50 grams of some onion dices going in. 50 grams of yellow squash which I've blanched going in. Some red pepper, that's one red pepper cut into dices going in. Green zucchini which has been blanched, about 50 grams going in as well. We're just going to mix all this. Now I want the dressing, which is so tart in nature, to actually flavor all this. So even if you find the dressing to be slightly sharp, don't be alarmed because the vegetables just absorb all its goodness right in. So with this beautiful bowl coming alive in my bowl out here, all you need to do is now add in some asparagus spears. So about 60 grams of asparagus spears which have been blanched going in, and that just elevates the entire opulence and sheer decadence of even this salad. As we toss this, in goes some arugula, so about 250 grams of arugula that I've refreshed. Go right in and just toss this in as well. With this nicely tossed, I'm just going to lift it up and put it into my bowl. So allow it to mix, or even if the vegetables settle down, we can just garnish it right on top. But the purpose out here is to ensure that the arugula gets the sharp tart dressing and balances things out really well. So just mix all this up and plate it. It's Diwali and it requires a little dramatic feel. So here I've got one carrot that I've shaped into beautiful leaves, and I'm just going to have these blanched and put right in, giving it that burst of color, and so orangey it resembles the marigolds that are so synonymous with Diwali. With this nicely put in, my India meets Greek in a very modern new Indian take on it is ready to be garnished with some olives and some feta cheese on the side. Just crumble some feta on top, about 30 to 40 grams, or go as liberal as you would like to enjoy. So I like feta and I love the salty texture that it brings, and it's quite a hot favorite in our family as well. So feta and about 10 to 20 grams of olives just scattered on top. This gorgeous salad is ready right in time to take out the chicken. These glorious chicken tikkas, cream cheese and green chili, along with the hint of ginger and garlic, coming together in perfect harmony, have that perfect char on top, and is so simple yet so decadent to create. All we're going to do is now plate these and enjoy it with that glorious salad that we created. Having allowed this to rest for just about a minute to a minute and a half so that all the flavors marry into each other, we're just going right ahead and plating it on a platter because this is so tasty that it doesn't even warrant any fancy garnish. In fact, while technically you can pair it with a chutney on the side, I would recommend just enjoy it with the salad because it is sheer indulgence and decadence, and no chutney will do it through justice. No Indian meal is ever complete without a glorious garnish of some coriander leaves. So about a fine sprinkle of coriander going on top just to elevate these tikkas, giving it that burst of freshness as you bite into it, and some wedges of lime just to add that additional zing. So 1 lemon cut into wedges going on this side. This forms the perfect meal to enjoy just to commence the festivities or enjoy it as a meal in itself. I often pair this when I'm entertaining with the salad and some flatbreads and create a cross between an appetizer and a main course, creating the great glorious festivities of Diwali. Don't forget to share loads of love by hitting on the like button, and as I always say, don't forget to subscribe.